Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. So I am back and I am so ready and enthusiastic to get back into making videos. It literally feels like a miracle. So if you don't know, I was going through some major burnout and I was working through the burnout and it was just making it so much worse. It was awful. So I took a break for around a couple months, I would say, probably been about 2 months, yeah, maybe a little less. I did do little bits of work here and there, but it was very minimal. But now I'm back in full swing and I'm feeling so much more enthusiastic now I've had that break, and actually, yeah, like genuinely excited again, which is such a nice feeling. And the first album that I am reacting to for YouTube is Negative Spaces by Poppy. I am so looking forward to this. Obviously it came out last year and I've missed a few albums, but yeah, I really wanted this to be my first one back, especially because I've seen people still ask for it and comment it and stuff. So, you know, the Poppy fans are very much wanting to see me react to it still, which is great. And I have reacted to like nearly all of Poppy's albums, right? So yeah, it just feels right, and I absolutely love Poppy, and I just feel like it'll be a great one to come back to. I have heard that it's quite metal, this one. I don't know much else about it though. So I'm very excited to get into it. I also did want to mention the LA fires. I don't want to be ignorant to it, even though I want to provide happiness and peace and you know, just a little slice of escapism here. I still want to mention that I am fully aware of the LA fires and it is devastating to say the least. And I really hope that if you are in LA, living in LA, grew up in LA, live there, you know, however long, I really hope that you are safe and you are being looked after and, well, you know, everything really. I just really hope you're okay as you can be. Of course, like, even if your house is okay, or even if, like, you know, your living situation is okay, seeing your city burn is not okay. So I can totally understand that as well. Like, it doesn't even matter if your house is okay, it's about the city itself and like everyone around you. It's just incredibly sad, really incredibly sad. And then like the weirdest thing happened in my hometown, because one of a really popular business here, like a food business ran by people my age, I went to school with them, that whole business got set on flames and the whole community came together just for that one, you know, place. So just thinking of all like the help you're going to need in LA, and I have heard that like volunteers are literally being turned away from like situations because there is so much help, which is so beautiful and so good to see, especially because I've heard that like LA, no one's really that like, it's not really much of a community in LA, I've heard. You know, I'm not saying it isn't. So it's nice when people do come out the woodworks when something like this happens and unite together. Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. Obviously, I live in England, I'm far from it, but it doesn't really matter. It's still like, I'm still a human at the end of the day, and it really is upsetting to see and just so devastating. But we're not going to be thinking about all that right now, because this is a slice of escapism, and I really hope you enjoy my reaction. I really hope I enjoyed this album. If you would like to see this video completely uncut, then do come over to Patreon. And also, I don't know if there are any music videos to this, but let me know. And if there are, I'm going to react to the music videos over on Patreon as a Patreon exclusive, so you can join the bottom tier to see that as well. But let me know first if there is music videos and if they're worth watching, because I won't do it else, you know. Can't be wasting time when I've got so many albums to get through. Yeah, also becoming a patron seriously helps me out, and obviously I took time off, so being a patron helps now more than ever, because I need to, you know, rack up the cash again, you know, just so I can feel stable. But anyway, if you can't do that, please don't worry. Just like, comment, subscribe, share the video, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, all those things. They're all really helpful. Just make sure you get my video out there if you can, and even if you just share it with one friend or another Poppy fan who might not have seen my videos, or, you know what to do. Right, but anyway, let's just get into it. Okay, first song is called Have You Had Enough? Oh God, that's the first song. Have you had enough? And we've not even started. Well, no, I haven't had enough because I haven't had any. Well, we'll see how it goes. I wonder what it's going to be about. All right, I'm ready. I think. Okay. I was scared it was going to be like super loud and stuff at the first. Okay. Sorry, I actually want to sort my hair out. Sorry. Right, as I was getting into it as well. Well, okay, it already sounds like it's going to be good. It already sounds like it's going to be good. Oh, it's got like a gigantic feel to it, you know? Oh, is it going to be coming in with some like metal guitars or is it? Oh, I don't know. Sorry, let me just. Okay, now I'm going back to the start.
All the eyes need new ideas, buying fear to feed their dealers. But have you had enough?
Ooh, the voice. She sounds great.
'Cause the cycle is vicious, the greed is a sickness, evil is all around. A narcissist loves to chatter, annihilates 'cause nothing matters. But have you had enough? 'Cause the cycle is vicious, the greed is a sickness.
Wow. It's so compact with sound.
No one to save you now. You lied to my face, you never give, just take. Now all my bitterness is getting heavy. Save you
Break the fuck down! Oh! Oh!
lied to my face, you never
Oh!
give, just take. Bitterness is getting heavy.
This is awesome!
The fuzz is just getting good.
Yes! Okay. Fuck! Yes! Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, hang on, sorry. Big emotions, big emotions. Whoa, I'm feeling it. It feels like I've got had a hit of something, just dopamine, pure dopamine. Oh, I feel adrenaline, man. That is cool. Wait, sorry. Wow. Wow. Okay, sorry. Let me find my words, okay? Because I'm like overexcited right now. Wow. Okay, so the song is Have You Had Enough? I was just getting the lyrics up, okay? Right, okay, first of all, I actually just want to talk about how at the start, right, you can, got the drums that come in, blah, 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 yeah, oh, it's going to be big, yeah. And then she comes in with that voice and she sounds really cool, it's like a cool girl voice. It's very like, yeah, kind of like grungy and cool, yeah. And then she like, sorry, it's all like going past me now. Bursting into that chorus, amazing, just like really like fun metally. It was giving me 9 Inch Nails a little bit. I love the melodic sort of guitar riff. That was like, I can't remember what it was doing. That's okay. I really liked all that sound because it was like had the real compact sort of crunchy distortion, and it felt compact though, like it was just very contained like this, but like really dense with like crunchiness, but then you still had that like very subtle sort of guitar that sounded quite like mournful, kind of reminded me a lot of Not Loose a little bit there with that sort of thing with like Not Loose has like proper like sound, and then like has that sort of melodic like little tiny like subtle guitar bit sometimes, like, well, a lot of times. yeah, and like she's obviously just singing and stuff. And then obviously we get to the fucking breakdown bit. I really want to be able to hear it all again, but I just know I'll do that with every song, especially with an album like this. So I'm not going to. Oh, so yeah, we get to the breakdown bit and she's like screaming and it's so good. The melodies are absolutely fantastic. It's like genuinely still got like, not pop, it's not like pop, but the melodies are kind of pop, or at least more mainstream rock, right? And but it's screaming and it's edible. Like I just want to like you know? And yeah, just the screaming part and like the breakdown. Like, sorry, there's nothing better than a breakdown. Like, I feel like breakdowns in music are just my favorite. Like, I can't even explain it. It's just so good to have a breakdown. Fucking love a breakdown. Yeah, I mean, there's so much more I need to say, but that's all I've got. That's all I got. Right, okay. I wonder who she's talking about or talking to. You know, is it like a broad like selection of people, or is it a particular person who thinks these ways, you know? So like, just even in the chorus, like, because the cycle is vicious, the greed is a sickness, evil is all around. Like, yes, of course, that's very much a broad thing. It's all around. Always reaching for something will leave you with nothing. There's no one to save you now. So I wonder if she's talking to like a particular person. She also says, bet you think you could have had her, fell into a common pattern, lie awake, await disaster. But have you had enough? A narcissist who loves to chatter, a nihilist because nothing matters, an egotist on the wrong ladder. But have you had enough? You lie to my face, you never give, just take. Now all my bitterness is getting heavy. Don't call the fuzz, which is the police, but like they're usually called the fuzz in the UK. So I wonder why she said that. Or maybe she just said it for fun, you know? It's just getting good and there's no one here to save you now. So it sounds like she's drilling into someone and being like, what about this? What about that? Have you had enough? Enough? It's like almost like an interrogation. And she's like, well, there's no one here to save you now. Like she's got them cornered. I find that really interesting. There's a new high, but you just sink so low. You'd rather sit and moan. You're never looking for a resolution. Get what you set for. Every cover will be overthrown. This bit I find interesting because there are a lot of people just like that in the world. Like, oh, you just sit around and moan about how like the world is or how things are, but you never actually do anything about it. And that is probably one of my like biggest pet peeves. It's not even a pet peeves. It's like a no deal for me. Like if I meet someone in whether it be friendship or romantic, if they're sort of person that just sits and moans about their problems, like of course you can talk about your problems, but like at least try and do something about them too. Like, okay, you feel these problems, so what are you going to do about it? You know, I think that's so important. And I've honestly been with and like known too many people that don't do anything about their problems, and it's like literally like the worst feeling. And I understand that a lot of people don't quite know what to do right with an issue, but like you have to find a way. Like you just have to, and you can, you know, have help from people. You can have help from lots of things, but just try, you know. You'd be surprised what you could do to get out of a situation, or to like, you know, say if I'm like, oh, I haven't got a job and, you know, no one's hiring me. And I feel really shit about that. Of course, that's an incredibly horrible feeling. But then imagine I'm saying this and I've only tried once. I only got one interview, right? And then I got turned down, and then I start going, yeah, well, you know, I'm never going to get a job then. It's never going to happen. And then like you just set yourself up for it never happening because you got rejected once. Like that sort of thing just annoys me a little bit. But obviously it can knock you down, so I can understand it. You know, I'm open-minded about it, but at the same time, you know what I mean? I just don't like it when people sit and moan instead of trying to find a resolution. So I wonder if she feels the same way and she's talking to a particular person and being like, you're so annoying. And she's saying stuff like, you lie to my face, you never give, just take. Literally talk about a type of person that just is so honestly downtrodden and like pathetic, like really just ill. I've met too many men like this, I can't lie. Not just men, but mainly men. But anyway, I don't want to keep going on too long, so I just want to keep moving on to the next song. I'm so excited. That was amazing. Okay, this one's called The Cost of Giving Up.
Today's a shade of disbelief. Dream you sent to me. I can't trust a new meaning. I'm not
vocal placement feels very centered.
Tell me what's the cost of giving up? It's too much to carry. It's all getting heavy. Lift me up.
Oh, that was cool.
Summer tick
Ew.
embeds itself to make me sad.
Wow.
This is what it feels like. Speaking from the dark side of my mind.
Ooh.
Tell me what's the cost of giving up? It's too much to carry. It's all getting heavy. Can't let me find out down in the trash. Touch me now. Lay on its back and felt everything. Tell me what's the cost of giving up? Why does it feel like help will never come? It's too much to carry. It's all getting heavy. Tell me I'm the one I'm running from. It's too much to carry. It's all getting heavy. Lift me up. The cost of giving
Oh, oh, I like that. Wow, she is slaying. Oh, fuck. Don't do that to me. Just as I was about to say, she is slaying those screams and like growls and all of that. Like she is really fucking slaying it. And then, yeah, she comes in with a going, coward. I'm like, okay, oh, whoa, I was just giving you a compliment. But wow. Okay, another really good one actually, like stunning. I found that one to be quite beautiful in the sound, you know, like the piano for one, and then it was almost Halloweeny and gothic. Like I could definitely picture like a big gothic tower with some of like the instrumental parts going on there amongst the more gritty sort of stuff, of course. The vocals, just like the melodies again. This one felt very like mournful, very sad, very desperate, even in the lyrics too. Tell me what's the cost of giving up? Why does it feel like help will never come? Obviously, I have completely forgotten the melody, but it was something along the lines of that. Very like minor, very, very mournful and very like, yeah, desperate. Basically said all that already. Right, I'm just going to have a little look for the lyrics. I haven't had my glasses on, and I've noticed I haven't. But you know me, I'm always reluctant to put them on because... I don't know why, really. I just, I don't know why. I just don't like ruining the makeup. Because, once the glasses are on, I can't take them off because they leave an imprint on the face, Whatever. What the fuck ever. I look so emo. So I don't know if she's talking about a mental health thing here or what, but even in the pre-chorus, so is this what it feels like, breaking from the inside all the time? Tell me, what's the cost of giving up? Why does it feel like help will never come? Maybe I'm the one I'm running from. It's too much to carry. It's all getting heavy. Lift me up. Something about the lift me up bit, like when I heard that even like in the song, like at the time, I was like, oh, it really got me here because like how many times have you guys just like sat there in your bedroom and just cried to yourself going, please someone help me, please someone help me, help me, help me, help me. And then, everything's so heavy, everything feels too much to carry. Like you're so overwhelmed with stress and sadness and you just want someone to come pick you up and bring you out of all the pain and like tell you everything's going to be okay and like cuddle you and, wrap you up in light and, show you hope. And so when she says lift me up, it's like, yeah, it's just that real direct feeling of just lift me up. It's almost like, obviously, yeah, lift me up in spirits, but it's like, I can, it's even a feeling of like, can someone just come and scoop their arms under me and carry me, lift me up so I could just be small and not have to worry about the world. That's interesting as well. It burrows like a summer tick, embeds itself to make me sick. Of all the places it could be, it's still in me. Yeah, that's interesting. Like it, because obviously a tick does embed itself and can give you Lyme's disease and all sorts of weird stuff, and it sucks your blood and they're just disgusting little fucking things. And did you also know that they're arachnids? So they're actually part of the spider family, which just pisses me off even more because I'm already scared of spiders. And have you ever had to twist a tick out your arm though? I've had to do that a few times. Ugh, so gross. And like also getting them out the cats as well. Oh, so annoying. Obviously use flea and tick stuff, but they still manage to get in now and then. Disgusting. But I like how she says, of all the places it could be, it's still in me. Like, of all the places this tick could be, it's still in me. It still wants to suck on my blood. Why? It's almost like she's wondering why. Like, why do you want to make me sick? What have I done? It's sort of like maybe a little bit of victimhood, but not in a way where I'm actually saying, oh, victimhood. I mean it like, no, she actually genuinely, when you're really depressed, you can sometimes feel like, what have I done? What have I done to deserve this? You can get to that point sometimes, even though, you know, you've got to kind of look at it rationally and say this just happens to people. But it's hard when you're in it. Guess this is what it feels like speaking from the dark side of my mind. Yeah, I think that kind of like wraps up my point as well. Just those lyrics, speaking from the dark side of my mind, like those dark thoughts we have of like when you're really low. What I noticed is before my burnout, right, I was on this medicine called amitriptyline for nerve pain. And what I hadn't realized is that it was sending me down a really, really, really dark spiral and making me extremely existential and lots of thoughts of wanting to like not be on this earth anymore. Nihilistic without any optimism, you know, it was just so dark. And like the voice in your head just says stuff to you like that is so, so dark. And like obviously I've gone through depression before that as well. I've suffered, you know, so like the voice in the head is very strong and very dark. But yeah, can't push me further down in the trench, back against the wall. So you want to test me now? While the others beg and fail to repent, they were fit to suffer, and I will dig back out. That's like obviously kind of awesome. She's saying, I'm going to dig back out. I'm not going to give up, actually. That's kind of what it sounds like she's saying to me. And hopefully that is what she means, you know, because this definitely sounds like she's gone through some really extreme dark feelings. And that's very sad. And I don't wish it on anyone because it is just so painful. But anyway, number 3, they're all around us. Oh yeah, I forgot. All right, starting now. Coward! It's got a punky feel to it as well, you know. Oh, she sounds so pretty. Wow, that is fast. You take their hands and you claim corruption. Way down, you know you can't trust no one. Leave your false flag. Traitors all around. When your spirit's black and blue. Wow, what a nice release. So tense in those verses. And the hate will catch you up and leave you in the shadows. But underneath, under the weight of God, unbelief, faith on me. Ooh! Yeah, you know what? That some elements of that gave me old school Enter Shikari. Just like, I don't know tons of metal bands, by the way. I don't know tons. But what I know I like, right? So obviously there might be some references that are way more like spot on. This is just me and what I know. But yeah, that gave me a little bit of old school Enter Shikari, especially with like this sort of synthy sounds. Like Enter Shikari would have like a lot more like obvious synths, like very obvious synth work going on, but this will have elements of that sound really beautiful and pretty and like emotive, very emotive. But also that one had that real trampling, like punky feel in the lyrics and the speed of it, and the sort of aggression of it. And the chorus certainly felt like a release. And also what I've noticed throughout all the songs, like the effects on her vocals are so cool. It's got this such a like interesting sort of compressed, slight bit crushed, electronic style vocal. In this song before this, you could really hear an auto-tuned sort of vocal, purposely stylistically auto-tuned, and it made it sound very electronic, and I really like that. I find that really interesting. Also, like, her vocals are very behind the mix a lot of the time because it's so loud, but I really like that too, because you don't really want to be singing over such like crazy guitars like that. So it's really nice how it just very sits in the mix in a very like behind way where you could just about hear it. I really like that, and it also keeps from like the vocal, peaking or getting, you don't want it sounding horrible. It's mixed in a cool way. What I have noticed though is like, it doesn't sound overly stereo. Yes, it is stereo, a lot of it, but it actually like, sometimes I could feel a song and it feels like it's right out to here. And there's like dimensions here, over there, here, like there's dimensions all around. This feels definitely a little more mono. And that's not a bad thing at all. Like stereo and mono are just two ways of doing things, and you could do it within a song. You could do it within, it's like, it just does something, like it changes the dynamic, right? But I'm not saying it is mono. It's just it feels contained where it could sound large like out here. I feel like in I Disagree, it sounded like large, like outward. Whereas this definitely feels more like this, even though it's huge at the same time. Oh my God. Sorry, I just sound like really weird and confusing. So, but yeah, I love it. Right, okay, let's have a look at this one, shall we? It just kind of feels like she's saying, don't trust anyone. Everyone's always trying to like take something from you, or there's ignorance, it's poison. There's like, just don't trust anyone, because they will fuck you over. They will stand on your neck basically to get to where they want to go. That's the basics of what I'm getting from it. I'm not going to go into every lyric here. But yeah, it's interesting. And like with hearing like a few songs from the Knocked Loose album that came out last year, it was all about like blinding faith basically, and like faith and like people's religion being kind of, sometimes religion being poisonous, right? And how it can blind you from the pain you cause. This is giving like similar feelings in a sense of like talking about other people in a negative way, because she's probably been hurt. She doesn't trust anyone anymore, and she's saying just really watch out around you, like, and if you're being treated like shit, it's probably going to keep happening, so get away from these people. Like, don't expect them to like change or get better. It almost feels like she's saying that without looking fully into it deeply, Just remember, like, this is my first impression, first reaction, so I'm not going to get everything right on first go, especially when I don't have all the time in the world to do it. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting from it. Let me know what you think, but let's move on. Right, this one's called Yesterday, but it's only 47 seconds, so I'm going to let this one go into Crystallized. So Yesterday into Crystallized coming up.
What have you heard? No, don't you dare answer me. My only loyalty's what I owe to me. Don't make it worse.
I really like that. It's almost like a music box.
I don't need to speak it out to hear this song. No more of your promise to change. Not moving back to your negative space.
Album name. Unexpected.
I've never been too good at love, but I'll wring my eyes dry. I'm predisposed to feeling low, to feeling lost, uncomfortable.
love this change up.
Baby, it's a heaven sign. Let the angels read the sign. 'Cause my heart is full of diamonds. Baby, it was perfect time. All my tears have crystallized. And I'll never be alone again.
I was talking to Kitty. Seldom broken
Oh.
board.
Oh, that hits so good.
Heard his voice on the speakers. I knew he was my cure. Never, never be alone again.
It definitely feels euphoric.
Maybe it's a heaven sign. Let the angels read the sign. All my tears are crystallized. I'll never be alone again. 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 Never be alone again. And I'll never be alone again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, I love the change up. And I should have expected it of Poppy, really. Wow. Deconstructing once again. Feel like we were lifted up and now we're... Oh. It's giving a bit of Grimes. I have to listen to it. I'm sorry, but I have to. Vital.
My heavy mind sinks lower by the minute. I can barely stand it. Will it end in tears? Or will I let the fear win? Take the ride or die while trying. Have I seen it all? I can't fight it. Underneath, over me, we're spinning in a spiral. Me in a vicious cycle.
Oh my god.
It still feels vital.
Ah, her lyrics.
In negative spaces.
Woo!
Head over feet. I'm following the feeling while my fragile heart takes.
The harmonies and vocal manipulations.
I can't fight it. Underneath, over me, we're spinning in a spiral.
This feels like 2000s vibes.
Have I read the signs? I've been everywhere.
Ooh, her voice. Underneath. Oh, the acoustic. This is so emo, man. Oh my god. Okay, sorry, we just went through like 3 songs there, one of them being like a short, very short one, but like I had to. Do you know what I mean? Like with the transition and the way, I actually couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop myself. Oh, okay. Wow. Whoa. Okay, let's go through those. Like, wow. This is amazing. What the hell? So yesterday was like this little music box snippety sort of thing that was there to like lead us into the crystallized one. What have you heard? No, don't you dare answer me. There is a frailty. My only loyalty is what I owe to me. I like that. My only loyalty is what I owe to me. It's like I don't owe anyone anything and I'm not loyal to anyone. I only owe myself loyalty this time because I've not been loyal to myself. I've actually been very on and off with myself. I've been very like abandoning of myself, neglectful of myself. So now I am only going to be loyal to me, especially if she feels like everyone around her has hurt her. Don't make it worse. I can find comfort in the words. I won't let them out. I don't need to speak it or hear their sound. No more of your promise to change. I hope that you stay just the same. I wasn't born yesterday and not be moving back to your negative space. I like that. Like, I actually hope you stay the same, because if you change now, like I had to suffer your evilness, yet you could have changed. That is ridiculous. So like, if you do change, that's going to be insulting to me. I really hope you say the same for my own sake, in fact. And because that would be incredibly hurtful, right? I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not moving back to your negative space. I love that. Like, this, I wonder if someone really fucking hurt her, like a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like someone really, really hurt her. And I don't know who. It might not even be a lover. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. I don't know. But she's had enough. And I love that. Good, good. Get away from them. And then Crystallized, which was incredible. It was just like this real, like, kind of Grimes feeling, but also that one that goes, I like the way you kiss me, da 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 da. I don't really know the song, but I know it was on like TikTok, and it sounded cool. And I think my daughter listened to it a couple times. I don't know. But it gave me that sort of feeling a little bit, and also gave me like the Billie Eilish bit at the end of, you know, the Levium Lemol, that one, you know, you know what I'm on about. But yeah, so I'm just going to read through the lyrics here. Okay, even starting off, I've never been too good at love, but I'll wring my eyes dry. Kind of a gross visual, but I get what she's saying. Because if I never get back up, I'll regret what wasn't mine. Okay, so like, if I never get back up and try and love again, then I'll regret what wasn't mine. Like, I'll never, I don't know. I guess like, I'll let the pain of love win and regret ever being in love if I don't try again and succeed at it. Maybe. And then I'm predisposed to feeling low, to feeling lost, uncomfortable. You got a subtle glow, ethereal. You got me in a state of mind. Oh, okay. So, you know, I usually feel low. I feel lost and uncomfortable. But you over here, you have a subtle glow. You're ethereal. You've got me in a state of mind. Like, maybe she's actually looking at someone in like a club with all this music, like the music being more like fun and like dancey. Maybe she's looking over and being like, oh, you could change my mind. You could lift me up a little bit. And actually, unfortunately, when you're in a very, very low place, it's obviously nice to be able to feel those things, like a bit of like, oh, something exciting, but you've also got to be really careful because you're very vulnerable when you're in a low place. And that's where limerence can start, or like being addicted or having a big, strong crush on someone because of the dopamine. I say this from a personal experience, and I just know that other people will relate. But yeah, maybe it's a heaven sign. Let the angel's fate decide, because my heart is full of diamonds. Maybe it was perfect timed. All my tears have crystallized, and I'll never be alone again. Or maybe she's not actually talking about a person. Unfortunately, she could even be talking about a drug. Like, I don't want to like jump to that, but it could be like the music being like this dance music. Maybe she's popping a pill, and then like the euphoria, you know, feeling all the euphoria from it. My heart is full of diamonds. Like, maybe it was perfect timed. All my tears are crystallized. Like, I'm not crying anymore, and I'll never be alone again. But maybe it's all like this heightened feeling, because it really is like a massive shift, isn't it? Whatever it may be, it's a huge shift from feeling really low and dark in some of the other songs, you know what I mean? Or maybe this is growing up, because I don't want to die. Remember I was sad before? Now I don't remember why. Oh my God, come on. Feels like something's going on. Don't know what that might be, but something's shifted. I don't know. It just feels too quick for it to be something like natural and good. And maybe I'm just stuck in that sort of negative mindset of like the other negative stuff. But she did say in like the song before, I am leaving your negative space. So maybe she is just getting happier. But I don't know, with the also sound of the music and the euphoria of it, it felt a little bit induced by either drugs or love, or, you know, something to fill a void or to like ignite you. I don't know. I was talking to Kitty, seldom broken and bored. I was praying to God, make me happy. I want to be adored. Heard his voice on the speaker. I knew he was my cure. It was then I saw I'd never be alone again. That's interesting. So she's heard someone's voice on the speakers, and it changed the way she felt. So like when I've been depressed, like watching YouTube videos, and like certain YouTubers have certainly given me that little bit of dopamine and joy that like I've needed. So like, say I've done like a whole day doing things I need to do with my day, but I'm just completely depressed, like so depressed. And then I get home and I'm like, I get this little bit of like happiness because I know that one of my favorite YouTubers is posting that night, and I'm like, oh, and then like I get to watch him and I feel like connected and like not in like a, well, it's kind of parasocial, but not like nothing weird, you know, I'm just watching, but you know, I feel this kind of like connection, this warmth, this like little bit of happiness, especially because I am actually alone a lot of the time as well. Like I really am alone a lot of the time. So it is nice to like find someone that you can connect to, even if it's, they don't know who you are. You know what I mean? They don't know who you are, but you just connect through the videos. But yeah, maybe it's to do with that in a weird way. I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. Okay, and then we had Vital, which was so like emo-y and like sort of, you know, early 2000s, well not early 2000s, like late 2000s heading into the 2010s, like sort of emo-y, Paramore maybe sort of feeling. Just, oh, I loved it. It was so good. It's interesting because she's gone straight back to feeling sad again in this one too. So that's why I found the last one so interesting, because I was like, wait, but then she really goes sad again. My heavy mind sinks lower by the minute. I could barely stand it. I tear through the lines, seeking absolution. Can a fragile heart decide? Will it end in tears? Will I let the fear win? Take the ride or die trying? Die while trying? Have I seen it all? Why am I so divisive? I can't fight it. Can't find it. Yeah, I suppose like from the song before, feeling happier than ever, and then now feeling really sad. It's like, why am I so divisive? Why am I so up and down? You know, very much sounds like suffering with BPD or ADHD, and I'm definitely not trying to diagnose her, but I swear we've touched on this before. Okay, so it says here, and maybe it's not true, I don't know, but it says here, Poppy does not have borderline personality disorder, but she was diagnosed with autism and is likely to have ADHD. Maybe. So, yeah, I have ADHD and I have BPD, so of course I know what it feels like to have very contrasting emotions, and like obviously hearing this song before and then to this again, it being like happy, sad, and all like these different like painful and depth sort of feelings. I completely understand it. Underneath, over me, we're spinning in a spiral. You hold me in a vicious cycle. You lie to me casually, and I'm dying in denial. It still feels vital. So yeah, maybe she's again talking to someone that's hurt her. Maybe she's even talking to herself. We really don't know. Want to believe there's a motivation in negative spaces. Head over feet. I'm following the feeling while my fragile heart takes time. Have I read the signs? I've been everywhere and back again. Ooh, don't know if I read it right. I've been real discerning at my heart's request, but everything you are is vital. It's almost like she's trying to decide whether to go back or not to this person. You hold me in a vicious cycle. I don't know. Like it feeling vital is interesting. Like it feels like it's like very, very important. Whatever choice I make now is very, very important. Interesting. I don't know. Let's move on. Right, next one's called Push Go. True. Wow, that sound in the back. Oh, this is some rock chick anthem. I love her vocal, the electronic sound on it. Oh, that sound in the background, so good. Oh, wow. Oh, I love it. Nice. I really like that. That had like such a rock chick energy, especially with like the pre-chorusy bits. And then it had like real beautiful sort of transcending feel to it as well, where it felt all like you know, all like interesting like that. I liked that. Oh, so good. Right, let's have a little look. Wow, I actually find the lyrics of this one to be quite interesting. Let's have a little I don't know where to start really, because it's kind of, maybe I'm getting it wrong, but it feels like she's saying, you know, keep protecting your own heart, keep going, basically, just like keep going. Like, even if you feel like you're falling, let yourself fall, like let yourself do all these things, and paranoia is guaranteed. It's like saying have confidence and go forth with what you want to do and protect yourself, or maybe even like creating boundaries for yourself. Like, even if it feels really scary to create those boundaries, it's extremely vital. And don't worry about what other people think, just keep going, you can do it. And she's saying, take it from me, I've had to learn the hard way and like hit rock bottom and feel all the horrible feelings and stuff, but you just got to keep going. I'm having a feeling it's something like that, especially verse 2. Every girl and every boy is trying to fill a deeper void. They don't know exactly where to start. I've been everywhere, and now I won't shed a single doubt. You need to keep protecting your own heart. It's like she's saying, you know, I've tried everything, I've been everywhere, I felt it all, but you just have to protect your heart. You have to protect yourself to make it in this world. Like, don't be giving your heart and like too much of yourself to everyone else. Protect yourself. It's very much a album about like finally looking after yourself, finally giving a shit about yourself in a way. But then, yeah, the outro, chaos keeps me warm. It goes on, make it who you are. You can push go, no hesitating. So it's like, yes, there is chaos all around you, but it goes on, but make it who you are. Like, be part of the chaos, but in a positive way, I assume. I'm not entirely sure, but I do find it really interesting, and I know that there's like a lot of depth to it that I can't figure out right here. And you know what I mean? Because like, you know, when you hear a song again and again, and like sometimes it could take years, and then you finally feel the meaning like so much deeper than you did in the first place. And you're like, maybe I had some life experience or whatever. I don't know, but even so, I don't know. I don't know. You let me know. Right, next one is called Nothing. Nothing to see here. Nothing. Okay. Ooh. That ain't nothing. Oh, I like that. The soft vocal with those synths. Ooh.
I'm playing my own defense. I make the same mistakes again. You tell me, what do you want with me? When nothing's
I love the punchiness. Oh, I love that. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, she sounds so good. She really put the work in with those screams. You hang it over my head. Can you tell me when nothing's enough for you? When nothing's enough for you. Nice. Whoa. Another really good one. I think I'm just going to move on to this one though. I'll have a look at the lyrics after I've listened to this one too, but I just want to hear a bit more songs. And that one was really good, but obviously I'm kind of used to the sound now, so nothing like, I'm not like, wow, like, oh my God, this is crazy, like I was at the first song, remember? But, you know, it's just good. I just like it. Right, okay, this one, The Center's Falling Out. Ooh, I like that. Okay, this one's very, heavy and fast. Something a little disturbing about the sound. That sort of like mid-buzz freaks me out. Yes, I love that. Oh, yes. You can really feel the pull.
Do nothing.
Oh, it's so disturbed. Oh, I love that. I love that. Oh, such a solid song. This is fucking brilliant. Come on. Ooh, it's like being sucked and spat out, Sorry, that sounded a little vulgar, but you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it just really felt like, ugh. Oh my God, that one really was like a disturbed sort of, like, just like grim feeling, you know, like the sound, it wasn't anything like Deftones, but it like, obviously there's some similarities to Deftones, but what I'm saying is like, it gave me the same feeling that some Deftones songs give me, where it's just like real like, oh yeah, that feels really weird, like really dark, really just like demented a little bit. I loved it. I loved it. That was so good. Right, I need to have a look at the song before and that one, of course. Yeah, let's look at the lyrics of, what was it? Nothing first? The chorus says, "'Cause I'm pleading my own defense. I made the same mistakes again. You hang it over my head. Can you tell me, what do you want with me when nothing's enough for you?" Saying, I made the same mistakes again. That's interesting. Like, I've made the same mistakes again. You know, normally people learn from their mistakes, but it's also common to make the mistakes again and again. You don't learn straight away all the time, but it's obviously a feeling that's getting her real sad, especially when she says, you hang it over my head. Like, you make me feel terrible for that. Can you tell me, what do you want with me when nothing's enough for you? Like, what do you actually want from me, with me? Like, what do you want? Because nothing seems to be good enough. And I don't know what type of person she's talking to, but at the end of the day, there are some people where nothing will be enough because what they want from you is pain and sadness and hurt. They want you to feel terrible. That's what they want. But yeah, that's basically what the song's about. Like, nothing's enough for you, so what do you want from me? Yeah. Okay, the next one, The Center's Falling Out. Admit defeat, the buzzing won't ever stop. In the trench, in the rot, plead with God because it's all that you've got. Hell has no end, hate has no bounds. You're breathing but the center's falling out. I love that. You know, like, you're breathing but the center's falling out, like your soul, like the center of who you are is gone. Like, you're alive but you're dead, basically. Blood in the leaves, hand over mouth, won't hear your screams while your center's falling out. Ugh. I love that too, and it feels so metaphoric as well, you know, like not literally like someone grabbing your mouth. It's like actually like the silence of like your soul leaving you, and the silent cries and pain you feel of your soul leaving you, which is, you know, very often what depression feels like. No one will weep, and agony won't be discreet. The horrors proceed, and your legacy can't be redeemed. It's so sad. Like, honestly, like, these are like the severe darknesses of all the feelings that you can get when you're depressed. I believe, anyway, this is how I see it. Like, it does feel like a never-ending hell, and just so like a horror movie playing on repeat that you cannot escape from, and no one else can even really see the horror movie but you. But then I wish you nothing. The pain grows in misery's bed. While the scent is falling out, through the cracks in the pale white, I watched you suffer and do nothing. That's interesting too, because maybe she is talking about someone else here and saying like, I've been in all this pain, I felt all this and so on, but now that you're feeling it, I'm going to do nothing. And in the song before, called Nothing, it's like, why is nothing good for you? And in this one, she's saying, I do nothing while watching you suffer. So she's severely angry at this person. And with a clutching grip for hope, let me take you back to where you're from. Eye for an eye, I earned my stripes. I run your mind, eye for an eye. But maybe it's like the dark voice. Maybe this is coming from a dark voice talking to her, saying, I own you. I run your mind. I run your mind. Me, you, I run your mind. The darkness, like this demon, the devil in depression. Could be that too. It's very open-ended, isn't it? Oh, a little thing here says, this is what Poppy said in a Kerrang interview. I remember when we were working on that one in the studio, Steve had a riff and I had the concept and I knew I wanted to scream that day. It was purely based on the emotion I was going into the studio with. That's how that song came to be. I like to imagine myself singing it live and it's definitely freeing for me. I think because there's the unknown with heavy music and that song's a bit more raw on the record. I can hear myself smiling and frowning and gritting my teeth in that performance that we ended up using the eventual take. It makes me chuckle a little bit because I feel like I'm hitting all of my internal markers. Nice. It's so good. I really loved that song. Right, anyway, let's move on. Hey there. Only 1 minute 28, so I'll probably let it go into the next one, which is Negative Spaces, title track. Let's go.
Negative spaces. Is there motivation in negative spaces? Or are we all just trying to restart?
This is gorgeous. So smooth.
Don't expect to notice. I don't envy your position. Never get to notice.
Okay.
At the world, I'm amazed.
Ooh.
Never tell by my face.
Got our rock chick energy again.
Fill my skull with nonsense.
Wow. Call and response.
I'll pretend that it's not happening.
Oh, that's cool.
They're always trying to take. And my fury's keeping me awake.
Oh, I love this.
I've been living with the dull pain. Am I addicted to despair? If there's a hell, I'll meet you there. I'm in the waiting room. Fill my skull with nonsense.
Whoa.
I'll pretend that it's not happening.
That's clever.
My anger comes at my expense. There's always something to be up against. I'll pretend that it's not happening.
Oh, it feels so out of place. And it makes sense. It's like a delusional sort of sound with the words.
Every moment's vital and I'm feeling suicidal, but I'll smile. Fill my skull with nonsense. Living it.
That is so cool. This is a brilliant title track.
I'll pretend that I'm not scared. I tell myself that it's not happening.
That was really cool. And like, I was just thinking while listening to that, I was like, fucking hell, like, Poppy is such a pro. Like, she is such a pro. She's done so many albums now, like, well, quite a few. And like, I feel like we're a similar age, her and I. And that's like, for us to be similar in age, right? And she has done like quite a lot of albums. I don't even know how many, but it's got to be like 5 or 6, right? Maybe more or less, but maybe more. Like, she knows what she's doing. Like, I was just hearing that, I was like, that is such a title track sound. Like, it literally feels like, say if Negative Spaces was a film, it feels like that would be the song that starts the film off, or like at least, or the song that will be in like the part where it's like a peak moment, like a really good moment, something that really sums up the film. Even just like because it sounds like a song that could be on a film, like a chick flick or something, but like a cool bit with a chick, you know, a chick flick, but like a really cool badass moment or something. And like, I don't know, I just feel like that was absolutely perfect for a title track. Like you couldn't make it more perfect. You couldn't. I thought that was really good, like so good. So yeah, let's go to Hey There, which was very short, obviously. But yeah, intro, Negative Spaces. Is there motivation in Negative Spaces? Or are we all just trying to restart? That's interesting. Are we just trying to restart, like get out of this negative space and restart? Or is there motivation from the negative space that can help you push you forward? That really is the question, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. But hey there, are you a little nervous? I heard all the talking, no one really listens. I think you're onto something. Don't expect the notice. I don't envy your position. They'll never get to know us, never. Don't really know who she's talking to. That's fine. But it does seem like throughout the album, when she mentions us, it feels like she's talking about her, and then like us, the listeners who get her, and then them are all the people that are all like, and them and you are all the darkness, but I, me, and us is us, people that relate. Them, you are all the darkness. It's very cut and dry like that. Like, it's very opposing in that way. They'll never get to know us. It's like, you know, it's that again. They will never get to know us. Yeah, interesting. But I want to look at the Negative Spaces one. At the world, I'm amazed, but you'll never tell by my face. The sentiment is overblown. All the lies are stuck in my throat. Oof. You'll really mess up your chakras with that. I fill my skull with and Jordan Fish was on this too. Whoa! I wonder if Jordan Fish was doing a whoa. I fill my skull with nonsense, live in an implicated consequence, and it's also negative. I'll pretend that it's not happening. I'll pretend that it's not happening. I love that bit. That's like the best hook of like the songs. It really, like I said, it feels out of place, but it feels really like a sort of, I'll pretend it's not happening. Like that sort of feel, like delusion, and like this really fun way. I love it. What I love, they're always trying to take, and my fury's keeping me awake. I'm immune to heartache. I've been living with the dull pain. I'm addicted to despair and wasting time I'll never get back. If there's a hell, I'll meet you there. I'm in the waiting room. Oh, I'm in the waiting room. Like, oh, wow. I feel this dull pain and I'm addicted to despair. I am already in like the depths of like darkness. Yes, I'm not dead, but I'm certainly in the waiting room for hell because I'm already living like a partial hell on earth. So, and also, how can hell be any worse as well? I'm in the waiting room because I feel so close to hell. Oh, it's so good, that lyric. That's really good. I like what I represent. My anger comes at my expense. There's always something to be up against. I'll pretend that it's not happening. She really does want to escape from it all. To me, to us, to everyone, the world, the gods, the dogs, I'm not impressed. But I attest, I say with my whole chest, every moment's vital. Again, talk about vital. Saying every moment's vital, like every moment on this earth is vital. Like, and she said something about time, like wasting time earlier, I think. And I'm wasting time I'll never get back. So like, every moment's vital, and I'm feeling, you know, sewer, but I smile. You know, I smile. I carry on and smile and act like it's not happening. Yeah, pretend it's not happening. Thing that we all go through when depressed. You smile and pretend it's all not happening. Almost to get yourself out of the feeling, but also to preserve the feelings of others and preserve like everyone else's happiness. I'll pretend that it's not happening. Next song is called Surviving on Defiance. Let's go.
When I run, you
Yeah.
Surviving on defiance.
Ooh.
I'm flying away. Flowers will bloom for me again. She's screaming for blood and violence, but it's my time to pretend.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. Ooh, got goosebumps.
I was losing myself to fear as a big constant. I'm a tempered object. While the future's still looking bright, I'm surviving on defiance. I'm flying away. Will bloom for me again. The mirror in my face. Silence, but it's my time to
Wow. That was beautiful. Is it going to transition like this or cut? Oh, somewhat of a transition. Okay, I'm doing this. New way out. Okay.
Poppy.
Happy. Oh.
I'm in too deep. I make believe. I know the demons always choose me. I cannot let it in. They'll take my everything. Leave me nothing. I've lost all feeling.
That backing vocal.
Till nothing's left on and on. 'Cause they push and pull me down. And I'm forced to face the who I've become. I need a new way. Give me a new way. Give me a new way. You are the risk, the reckoning. If you're brave enough to lead it, I don't wanna bet on and on. 'Cause they
I love
push
that.
and pull me down. I cut myself before the bottom. I need a new way. Give me a new way. Are you gonna get up? Or are they gonna keep you? Get up.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm forced to face the who I've become. The silence screams so loud. I need a new way. Give me a new way. I need a new way.
Oh, brilliant. You know, that one actually was like a grower for me. Like, no, I was liking it at the start, but I was thinking, oh yeah, you know, similar to some of the others, you know, very cohesive, blah, blah, blah. Like nothing too like, whoa, you know, like for me to be like, wow, whoa, you know. But no, it just progressively became even more like enjoyable and likable and like special. And like I got more and more wrapped up in it too. Oh, yeah, Surviving on Defiance was like really beautiful, really like emotive and like ethereal and gorgeous and like, oh, I don't know, I really like that one. Let's have a look at it. I just love the pre-chorus here. Like, if I'm living, no, I'm half alive, I'm surviving on defiance. Like, I am surviving purely on the fact that I literally will not like back down. Like I'm not backing down. Like I'm surviving on the fact that I just don't want to be forced to die, say, because of like all this darkness telling me to. I am being defiant. I am saying, no, I'm not letting you do that, even though that is the only way she's surviving. At least she has that in her to like not be told what to do. I really like that. And if that is the only way that keeps you surviving for that time, great. Because you need to find something that will keep you surviving, because it won't always feel that way. I'm fighting in the wake, unfettered. So maybe flowers will bloom for me again. I love that. Like maybe they will bloom for me again. That's a little bit of hope. And hope is something that feels so lost when you're so low. The mirror in my face, she's screaming for blood and violence, but it's my time to pretend. And I wonder what that means. Like maybe it's like my time to pretend that I'm okay, or time to pretend what? That's interesting too, you know, like while the future's still looking bright, I'm surviving on defiance. Like, so the future's looking bright and yet you're surviving on defiant. I don't know. Like if your future's looking bright, then that shows hope. So why would you need to survive only on defiance at that point? I don't know. There's got to be some meaning that I don't either relate to or understand here. I'm not sure. Because, you know, sometimes when you don't understand something, it's because you've never felt it or can't relate to it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's just too personal. Also, the mirror in my face, she's screaming for blood and violence. Like, I get that. Like, the girl in the mirror is screaming for blood and violence, but I'm on the outside. I'm here on the other side just smiling, even though I know the true feeling I feel, but I'm pretending. So it doesn't, you know, pretending isn't a good thing, but maybe it is like a fake it till you make it until the flowers bloom again or something. Oh, I don't know. It's really hard to know, but it felt extremely like meaningful and deep. And like looking at some of the comments down on Genius, it says people saying, you know, that this one really made me cry and means a lot to me, which makes a lot of sense actually, because, you know, even hearing a song, I could feel it being very emotional and beautiful and meaningful, especially with the flowers blooming again. Like that bit of hope was like really nice to me. Yeah, let me know what you know. Let me know, okay? I said that about every song, but that's because I need help. Okay, New Way Out was so good though, right? Let's go on that one. I'm in too deep. I make believe. I know the demons always choose me. They shift and twist, push back again. They're always trying to consume me. I love how at the start as well, she goes, Papi. That was fun. I cannot let it in. They'll take my everything, but leave me nothing. I've lost all feeling. No, I don't want to bend to my own loneliness. I'll scream till nothing's left. And then she did the on and on. And is that like a reference to something, that on and on? For some reason, like the way it was just so cut out of like the everything else fell away, and just that on and like a very clear vocal almost felt like a reference to like something, but I'm not sure, because they push and pull me down and I'm forced to face who I've become. The silent screams so loud I caught myself before the bottom. I need a new way. Give me a new way out. The pain and all the pretty things are yours if you could bear to see it. You are the risk, the reckoning, if you're brave enough to mean it. Pain and all the pretty things are yours if you could bear to see it. I don't know. No, I don't want to bend to my own loneliness. I'm screaming till nothing's left. Are you going to get up? Or are you going to, I love this. Are you going to get up? Are you going to, or they're going to keep you down? Again, are they going to keep you down? Interesting. Get up. I loved all that bit. That was so fun. So really, yeah, another one that feels like, you know, demons like getting her down, everything like pushing her, but she's fighting to defeat them. She wants to defeat them. No, I don't want to bend to my own loneliness. I'll scream until nothing's left. You know, I will keep fighting, basically. And I'm going to find a new way out. Yes, I might not have found the way out yet, but I'm going to find a new way out. And it's going to happen. And I caught myself before the bottom. You know, I can almost see it as like a well, and like her falling all the way down to the bottom, and then like hovering just before she hits the floor, and then like passages like sort of like opening up in this well, and her being like, I need a new way out, trying to pick which like passage to go down. So it does say here, New Way Out is a lead single for Poppy's sixth album, yeah, Negative Spaces. It premiered on BBC Radio 1 on June 4th, 2024. In BBC Radio 1 interview with Jack Saunders, she revealed that the song was a turning of a page. It really is a turning of a page. It is really like, okay, I need a new way out. I need to find how to do this differently now and stick to it. And that's actually a very common feeling, like when you're in that depression or dark feelings, you do try and find like different ways out, like constantly. and they don't always work, but like when it does work, it's amazing. The song is produced by former Bring Me the Horizon member Jordan Fish. So that's who Jordan Fish is. Do you know what I really, really wanted to say as well? Like, there's been a few songs that have reminded me of Bring the Horizon. Even her mentioning Black and Blue in one of the earlier songs. I remember that old Bring Me the Horizon song called Black and Blue. And when I saw she said that, I was like, oh yeah, that reminds me of Bring Me the Horizon. It was just really random that it reminded me of it. And then here we are, like, song is produced by former Bring Me the Horizon member Jordan Fish, who will also produce Poppy's upcoming album. Yeah, it makes so much sense. It's actually kind of like shocking that I didn't bring up Bring Me the Horizon at all yet, even though I did think of them earlier. That's kind of mad, actually. They've been around they were around for so long, and they started so differently to how they to where they got to. It was pretty impressive. But I did remember hearing some really like dark stuff about Ollie Sykes back in the day, but I don't know. It's all alleged. But yeah, in an interview with NME, Poppy talks about mainly listening to pop music while writing New Way Out, citing Madonna and Britney Spears as influences on this track. You know, you're not going to believe me, but in some earlier songs, and I can't remember what song it is now, I can't remember, I might remember in editing because I'll have it in front of me sort of thing, but I was literally going to say, like, for some weird reason, this reminds me of Madonna, like a song earlier in the album. I was about to say this, like her vocal technique she's using and the way she's doing the vocals was reminding me of Madonna, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to mention it. At the time I was like, I'm not going to mention it because it just feels so random. It feels way too niche to like mention. And now she said that this song was literally like, she was literally listening to like Madonna and Britney while writing this. That's crazy. That's like actually crazy. When talking about the song, she calls it fresh take on her sound. I go into the studio with an emotion that I want to address. There are plenty of things happening in the world to be angry about. Saving yourself is the overall message. You have to advocate for yourself sometimes. Of course you do. And it feels like a lot of the songs have been about that. Like, I'm going to like get through this. I'm going to do it. Whether it's for this reason or that reason, I'm going to get out of this. I'm getting out of your negative space. I'm getting away from you. You're horrible and bad, but you're not doing this to me. I'm getting out. Like, a lot of it does feel like that, doesn't it? Like a few of the songs. It's all a bit of a blur now. And again, remember, first listen. So I can't remember it all perfectly. She even says here, via Spin, she says, the song started from scratch. Swiping through my notes I had just written, I need a new way out. That was as existing on its own page. I was like, I think maybe I could do something with this. Hanging on to yourself is an overall sentiment in the song. In life, for me, it's like a reoccurring motif where if everything is lost and if everybody left right now, at least you have, and if everybody left right now, sorry, at least you have yourself. That was something a really good friend said to me when I was going through a rough patch a couple of years ago. I was saying I don't know what I would do, and they just said, well, at least you have yourself. Yeah, that's true. It's about saying, yeah, if you did have no one, you got to find that like unity within yourself. And she talked about this in earlier songs too, about loyalty to herself, protecting her heart. It's a very self sort of centered album, but in the best way, where she's probably never really been self-centered and more dependent. And this is all about independence, isn't it? And really interesting. And like talk about loneliness as well, and being like, I'm not going to succumb to loneliness, and basically because loneliness is a very, very painful feeling and something that I've definitely encountered a lot this year. It's also been amazing to really marry myself and unify with myself and care for me better than most people I know would, you know? So yeah, very interesting. Sorry, I know it was I did a bit of a long speech on that one, but we've only got 2 songs left. Tomorrow and Halo. Tomorrow is only 51 seconds and Halo is only 4 minutes. And also, out of all the songs that I've said, let me know what you think. With I really want to know what Surviving Defiance could be about, because it's almost like it's like niggling at me, like this frustration of like, I felt like I mainly got the sentiment about flowers blooming, but it felt very negative and positive. It was like really confusing. Maybe with time I'll understand it a bit better, but really do give me what you think, because I feel like I'm just like tired at this point of something's happening where I'm not registering it. I don't know. This is typical me. I'm like, if I don't understand something, I get like almost annoyed at myself being the perfectionist I am. But actually, there's nothing to be annoyed about. I'm only human. Right, okay, anyway, let's do it. Tomorrow into Halo. Let's go.
Dreaming.
Oh.
Dreaming my life away.
Oh, the vocal effect.
For tomorrow I'll be ready.
Ooh.
tomorrow I'll change.
This kind of gives like old poppy feelings. Like her weird little clips.
But it's not just for me anymore. I like entertaining. Tell me. Tell me. It's not just for me anymore.
That's really cool. I am going to pause very briefly because it's like, you know, I'm going to change, but you know what? It's not just for me anymore. It's going to be for the people I care about and for entertaining, and like, I'm going to change so I can keep entertaining for you guys, for us guys, the listeners. And, you know, I've been living in this sort of pain that is very self-absorbent, and you're living in your own sort of prison, but like, I need to change. I need to get out of this, and not just for me, but for you guys too. Kind of feels like that. But yeah, Halo, let's go. And wait, is this the last song? Did I say? Yes, it is. What an album. Ooh.
I was fine for a minute till I remember you're somewhere on a distant shore. Caught wind of the panic. This world hadn't landed. Still something that it's looking up. Or can I not commit self-destruct? So wait it out. The road is winding narrow. I'll follow where your light
Wow, it's beautiful. It's so fucking beautiful. Again, she's just such a professional. This being the end song is exquisite.
I'm hanging on 'cause I trust.
Wow.
It's easier than giving up. Question raising, you know what? Look at us. So wait it out. The road is winding narrow. I'll follow where your light goes. 'Cause they don't know what we know. It's you and me. So love you if the light goes out. I can fix your halo. The filter's never gonna win. Every plan will have its plan.
They don't know what we know. Us against them. What a fantastic ending song. It's actually like stunning and really beautiful. And oh, I just love the way that sounded. Again, that sort of like emo-y, like 2000s, like late 2000s, early 2010 sound, you know, just so, they don't know what we know. Very like emotional and just, oh, wow. Okay, I want to have a little look at the Halo lyrics before I go. And I actually want to give you, just at the very end, like a sort of sentiment of what I'm living by at the moment, being someone that has very much suffered with very severe depression and so on. I want to tell you like my one thing that's kind of getting me through now. If you care to listen, of course. But I'll say it at the end of, I'll say it after looking through this song. It almost like she's actually speaking to a lover here, actually, because like, remember she was saying before about all the like evil, like horribleness that this person has caused her, but then this sounds like very loving. So maybe it's about someone else or even the same person. I don't know, but it does feel like, you know, a very like, I remembered you as somewhere. Like, it's like she's been on all this pain and then she's like coming out of it slightly and then going, oh my God, I remember you love me, this person, you love me, and you left it as it was before, but you know, like I can come back to this safe place that I used to love so much before all the pain. I don't know. So wait it out. The road is... Someone's doing annoying tapping upstairs. Ugh. Okay. So wait it out. The road is winding narrow. It's all you have. I know you can't turn back now. I'll follow where your light goes because they don't know what we know. Ah. Yeah, like, wait it out. The road is winding narrow. Like, it's really like a dangerous sort of drive and ride, and it's very narrow and it's very like closed in and claustrophobic and a little scary and dangerous. But, you know, please wait it out because we're going to get out the other side. It's all you have. I know you can't turn back now. I'll follow you where your light goes. That's beautiful. A live and learn lesson, a lover's addition. I'm hanging on because I trust. And that is what really stood out to me. I'm hanging on because I trust, because it felt like in so many of the songs that she's saying, don't trust anyone. And here she's like, I'm hanging on because I do trust. It's easier than giving up. Like, trusting is actually easier than giving up. That is interesting, and what a turnaround. A million one reasons. I'm full of ambition, and they're gawking as we keep it hush. Question raising, you know what, look at us. Maybe she is going back to the person that like made her feel like shit, you know, but they don't know really anything about us. Like, they actually don't. They don't know what we've had to both endure. Maybe we both felt pain and depression and that got in the way of our love. But actually none of us were actually evil to each other. We just were in a lot of pain, and evil was happening to us through mental health. Maybe you're in a dream, you're everybody's hero, but it's you and me still love you if the light goes out. I could fix your halo, still they don't know what we know. I love that. But it's you and me still love you if the light goes out. Like, even when the light goes out and your center has fallen out and you just feel soulless and rubbish, I will still love you and I'll fix your halo. I will... Oh, God, that's emotional. I'm not going to get all emotional before we end. The future's never going to wait. Every plan will have its place. I could fix your halo. They don't know what we know. Okay. So the final and 15th track on Negative Spaces, the track touches on enduring love, standing by someone through difficult times, and the unspoken bond shared between two people that others may not understand. It speaks on resilience and trust, reminding us that sometimes the strongest love is the one that persists when no one else is looking. Wow. That's so emotional. Yeah, okay, wow, what a fantastic album. And it is really interesting because like maybe the person she was talking to before wasn't... I don't know, it's hard to know like exactly without listening to the album a few more times, of course, who she's talking about. And actually it is a little bit cryptic and personal maybe. You know, she never really mentions anything to give us a big clue of who she's talking about. You know what I mean? And maybe the us she was talking about was actually her and her lover against them. Maybe she's getting a lot of criticism for a relationship she's in. I don't really know a lot about her personal life and what she's up to. So I really don't know. So sorry if I do seem a little clueless in parts, but it's just because I don't know. I'm just listening to the music and see where it takes me. But yeah, before I go, I just want to say like one of my things now about like life, like I said, I was on this drug that like sent me like this drug that was like a nerve pain medication, and it made me feel extremely horrible. Like it was just like so dark. But once I came off that medicine, because, you know, I said I was feeling very existential during that time. Well, I had to get out of that existential crisis. And a thing that helped me, and it's probably going to sound really, really, really stupid and like, really, or not stupid, but like really like, it's just not even that amazing. But like, it works for me is just saying like, it's going to sound so silly. This is the human experience. And we don't get to choose our human experience. Like, to some degree, we get to choose some of it, like what we want to do for a job, what we want to do, you know, who we want to be with. But really, actually, even in everything, there's still like it's never 100% choice, right? I feel like the only things we have true choice over is what we say and what we do, like in our actions. But then things like choosing your job or who you want to love, they're still half choices because they're all influenced by something. So if you choose a job to work as a, I don't know, an architect, right? that would have somewhat been influenced by something. So it's not full choice. It's still like an influence. Maybe I'm going off on one a bit here, getting on a tangent. But what I'm saying is, instead of thinking, why are we here? What's the point? And all those things that you can feel sometimes when in an existential crisis. How about just thinking, it doesn't matter why or what the point is. This is just the human experience. This is just what it is. The human experience. It's not always going to be good. In fact, a lot of the time it's going to be horrible. But do you want to at least experience it? Especially if it only truly does happen once. I personally have said to myself, okay, even when it's tough, I at least want to experience it because I actually want to experience my 30s. I've just turned 30 and I was like, I kind of want to know what it feels like. I've heard different things about being in your 30s and I kind of am curious about it. And I also want to experience what I'm like in my 60s. I also want to experience the menopause. I want to experience my daughter's birthdays and her aging processes. I want to experience things that I've never experienced before. Whatever comes out of it, good or bad, I want to just at least experience it, observe, live it, just to say I've done it. Just to be like, well, I done it. I done my best and I kept going and it's done. And yeah, I just have like endless wisdom and experience. Like even at the age of 30, like the fact that I've experienced so many like crazy things throughout my life, like so many, like honestly enough to live like, 3 other lifetimes, 4 other lifetimes, whatever. And to feel like the wisdom I have at this young age of 30 is sometimes immense, and it feels very overbearing and a little bit like shocking. But then I also get excited to think, if that's how I feel now, in 10 years, how can I reach the top of being more and more? How can I reach any more wisdom? You know what I mean? How do I reach even more when I feel like I've already gained so much from my life experiences? And I'm curious if I will I, with so much wisdom, will I be able to reach enlightenment, pure enlightenment because of the amount of experience of life I've had? You know what I mean? I've gone through grief, I've gone through addiction, I've gone through SA, I've gone through literally like so many mental health things, friendships, and like, just so many things in one life. And there's still so much more to experience that I've not experienced yet. And I'm not going to like them all, no. But I am going to endure and I am going to fight through it because there will be happiness. And I can say that right now because I have got myself out of the existential crisis I was in and have started to feel a little bit more mellow and like started to feel a little bit better. And yes, I know I might dip again and very easily. I could fall into a dip very easily, but I'm just going to experience it and see what happens and just go with it. I'm just going to go with it for now. I'm going to just go along for the ride, observe my life in a way and not feel so tied to it in such a, like it has so much importance, because it doesn't. There's not really any importance to my life apart from the fact that I get to live it, right? That's the only thing that is important, is that I get to live it. And so let's not waste this opportunity. And yeah, you know what I mean? Does that make any sense? I hope it does, because I find that we put so much pressure on ourselves to do something special in the world, do something amazing, when actually just live your life, just live the human experience and whatever that may be, whatever. But don't need to put so much pressure on yourself to be like, I have to be a hero or I have to be, amazing or mean something, when actually you don't need to do any of those things. Things that make you happy, that make you tick, that get you along, and have fun with it. Try your best to have fun with it. And if you're feeling lonely and you're feeling sad and dark, just know that's what you're meant to be going through at the time. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'm not feeling dark so much. Yes, I still have ADHD, BPD, all these things, so I'm going to have emotional feelings and like darkness and light as well. But I haven't experienced what it's like to go on ADHD medication yet, and that's coming soon. And that could really change everything for me. That could change everything. Or maybe it could change nothing, but it doesn't matter because I'm just here to experience it. yeah, I want to stop preaching, and hopefully I've said what I want to say. And like I said, I'm like actually so freaking tired now. So I feel like I'm talking through a headache. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this reaction. Love you all so much. What a great start to the year. I know this came out last year, but this is a great start to the year for me. Listening to this album, it also very much reminded me of what that depressive sort of feeling felt like, especially as I've been very much coasting recently and feeling a lot better. So it's like almost hard to hear about that pain, but it's also, I have a level of detachment from it that feels healthy and good now. Whereas if I'd listened to this last year, I would have probably been crying a lot, feeling it a lot, feeling quite dark hearing it. So the detachment's very healthy for me. But yeah. Anyway, love you all so much. Really hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you next time. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and become a patron. It really, truly helps me so much. Helps me afford my therapy. It helps me afford school stuff. It helps me afford food. It literally helps me afford living, to live. So thank you so much if you are a patron, if you consider becoming one. And please don't worry if you're in the same situation as me and you cannot give money. I understand that too, but if you can, do. Anyway, bye.